they're not taking jobs. They really are creating jobs.
They're creating more jobs.
And I have, data for that. That's not my opinion on the matter. There's data behind that, and it's a true situation. And people who are being employed are working in jobs that need to be filled. And in order to sponsor somebody, you have to go through the Department of Labor and make sure we're offering it to American workers first. So, I like to just weave these statements in here because a lot of people's belief is that they're taking jobs and there's no protection.
I know, and I hear that on social media. How do you debate that?
Yeah.
Walk me through. If I am just somebody that I'm like, no, they're taking my jobs.
I'd say you don't have the right information, and no offense, you're wrong. First of all, if you're an employer looking to sponsor an individual, we have to get the prevailing wage from the Department of Labor, which can take 6 or 9 months. So you have a job description, you have a job title. Department of Labor is going to say, okay, you must pay this individual $95,000. So we're not undercutting American workers. We're making sure you're paying them the same. And then you have to advertise the position for 30 days to make sure that no qualified applicants in the US meet the field. It's like a 3-year process many times, if not longer, to go through a permanent sponsorship through an employer.
So it's definitely more expensive. So if they did have Americans for it, they wouldn't even do the
Most
process.
employers don't want to deal with it, which is why a lot of these candidates, like you say, these geniuses might be graduating from our institutions. They go and they cannot get past the job interview because, like, do you have the ability to work or do you need sponsorship? And then usually the interview stops right there.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of sad. And,
I know it happened to a lot of my friends.
So even like, President Trump's mentioning we should have some program for the graduates who graduate, because in reality, if we're educating people who are great, we shouldn't make it impossible for them to be able to stay here.